Hi folks, good morning, good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name's Sean, aka Uncle Frogface, and welcome to today's video. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're not new, then welcome back. I'm very excited because this weekend is a bit of a bumper weekend of videos. So we've got today's video, which, as you've seen from the title, is ScrawlrBox unboxing. So it's a little bit late, but that's fine. It means that you guys get a whole weekend of videos from me. So today we have got the ScrawlrBox unboxing for October. Tomorrow, this is Friday the 27th, we have Monster Bash, so I'm an official Monster Bash participant this year. And then Sunday, there is another video coming out, a little bit different from the gaming stuff that we usually do on a Sunday, having a little bit of a break from gaming while I start a new game. And we're going to be dipping into some SCP. If you don't know what that is, then do stay tuned. You will find out by the end of the weekend, I promise you. But today is ScrawlrBox, so we are going to unbox this. We'll have a look what's inside. We'll swatch out the materials. Oh, it sounds a few bits in there. Yeah, I might review a cup of tea as well. I've got a lot of editing to do today, so I'm hoping. Oh, morning kick. That will do. That's sounds like it's going to give me lots of energy to get done everything that I need to get done today. So yeah, I'm going to brew this cup of tea. We are going to unbox ScrawlrBox. We'll have a look at what's inside. But if you haven't already, please do make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And if you're enjoying this video, give it a like and a thumbs up as well. I'll be back in just a second. It'll be a split second for you, a few minutes for me while I go and blend this Bird and Blend cup of tea, and we'll be back to open the ScrawlrBox. Welcome to my desk, which is even messier than usual. I put a lot of this down to Monster Bash, which I'm very excited about. I've had a lot of fun making that. But today's ScrawlrBox, you can see I've got my cup of tea over here brewing. It is very lemony. It's got lemon peel and lemon verbena and yerba root and all sorts in there. Which is actually going to be very helpful for me because my voice has been coming and going over the last few days and it's quite sore. So I put a healthy dose of honey in here to help, and hopefully that is going to ease my throat a little bit. Hopefully I can manage to keep it all the way through this video. But let's open this box. For those of you that don't know, ScrawlrBox is a monthly art subscription box. The contents of the box outweigh the value of the box. It's different supplies every month that have been curated by an artist or designer. All suppliers work together. They work with some really good brands and some really good products that we've had up to date. We're nearly at the 100th box, which is very exciting. I think this is box 98. We'll have a look when we open the box up. But yeah, we get art supplies, a sweet sticker, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't tried ScrawlrBox and you'd like to give it a try, there is a link down below. If you click the link tree, there's a discount there on your first box. Obviously you do get a little bit of a kickback, but any help for the channel is gratefully received. Okay, we've got a little palette here, which immediately says to me potentially watercolors. It's a nice little plastic palette. I kind of like the yin yang in the middle. Let's just move this over to the side. We've got our Scrawlazine, so I'm going to move that over there. We'll have a look at that in a second. We have a featured artist. I think we've got watercolors. This looks very much like a watercolor picture. So this is Emily Wassell, watercolor artist and educator from the UK. Started painting with watercolors a few years ago. Well, I know what that's like. I used to be a teacher myself, I love the colours in this actually. The purples and the green. It's very Disney villain, isn't it? It's very me. And we've got watercolour paper as well. So I'm assuming this is going to be a watercolour. It was very thick. That's nice. That feels very nice. It's 300 GSM cold press. So we've got a nice bit of texture on the box there as well. So let's crack open this surprise, which I'm guessing is not that much of a surprise. It's going to be watercolours. So we've got... Right. So we've got a Derwent brush pen, which actually is one of my favourite brush pens. I've got one right over here. This is a smaller one. This is a big flat brush. That's very nice. That will complement my collection very well. So these brushes, you fill them up with water. If I can open it. You fill it up with water. There we go, gotcha. You fill this section up with water and then you screw it all back together, and then as you're painting, rather than having to dip your brush, you just press here and the water comes down into the bristle, so you keep a nice clean pigment, which is very nice. We've got a little spritzer bottle by the look of it, which again, I've generally always got one on my desk, and actually I have this exact spritzer bottle. That is very good. It's a very good little when it's needed. We've got our sweet, which is a missile explosion liquid filled bubble gum. This looks like a sour one. Andrew can have that. We've got our sticker, and then we've got this. So this is, it's Jackman's. If I can get it open, let me grab some scissors. Here we go. Okay, so these are crystalline watercolours. So I'm guessing, so we've got Midnight Violet, Grey Violet, that actually looks yellow, and Turquoise. So those are the colours that we've got. Quite autumnal, actually, those colours, I feel. I have never used crystalline watercolours, so let's have a look at the ScrawlrZine and see what it says in here. Okay, right, so we've got Sprinkle on Magic, or Dab, Swipe, Spread. The magic of these paints you can activate in a variety of ways. We've got the spritzer, we've got the paintbrush, some information down here on the suppliers as well, so you can find out their prices and all that kind of stuff. Pigments pack a punch, so a tiny bit goes a long way. Okay, good to know. And then obviously we've got the palette for mixing up colours as well. Got a little bit of a behind the scenes with the featured artist. We've got Scrawler tips, so looks can be deceiving. It doesn't always match the paint, yeah. Swatch with water to reveal the colour. Mix out intensity. Okay, so it's going to be an interesting one. I've, like I said, I've never used these supplies before, so yeah, this is going to be an adventure into the unknown. So, point of view. This was the Scrawler Gallery from a couple of months ago. Got some very nice pieces in here. Carmel Murphy, it's a familiar name. Annie Hellberg as well. Some lovely pieces. Dalek Widow as well. Good to see you in there. We've got Paul Bainbridge, Emma Harding and Cindy Martin. Everyone's gone on a very similar theme this time with kind of architecture and buildings. I did exactly the same thing. Mine's up here. Oh. There we go, that was mine. So if you haven't checked out that video, go and check out the ScrawlrBox playlist and you'll be able to see that. In fact, just so you know, I am doing a giveaway this month. So if you go back and watch the last ScrawlrBox unboxing video, you can enter there for a chance to win one of the past boxes. And then we've got Expression in Art, a little bit of an extra. So we always have a little bit of art history or kind of a dive into an art subject at the back. Okay, this is all very interesting. I definitely need to go and get some water because I have water on my desk, but it's absolutely disgusting because I've been using that for painting acrylics. So I'm going to go clean this, get some fresh water, have a sip of this tea, and then I'll come back and we'll do a little bit of experimentation and swatching with these very mysterious art supply that I've never used before. Okay, so I've gone and got myself some water. I've also filled these two up as well. I've just had a sip of this tea and it is very lemony. It's got a lovely honey taste as well with the extra honey that I put in there, but I can already feel the soothing energies of the lemon and the honey on my throat. It's very nice indeed. We are at that time of year when colds and coughs and flus are going to be around, so please do take care of yourselves. Right, I think we should start by putting just a little sprinkle of these into, there we go, just a tiny bit, there we are. and adding a bit of water and seeing what happens, because I have to admit, very intrigued, and I've literally just put a tiny little bit in here. In fact, I haven't used the brush, I've got a pipette here. Let's just take a tiny bit of water. Well, it's dyeing that water very quickly, and I can see that there's a couple of pigments in here. There's the blue and there's a purple, which is giving this lovely colour. Let's try it. Just look how saturated that is. I'm going to really water it down, make sure it's all dissolved. That is very nice. I'm just going to clean the end of my pipette, and let's try some of these others. So that was the Midnight Violet, which is a very pretty colour, actually very close to this on here. This is a Scrawl brand only paper. There we go, just a few in there, just like we did with the other one. I'm spilling some of this on my desk as well. I should I feel like I'm going to stain my fingers if I do that. And let's do the same, just a little bit of water. I'll drop that in there. And this one is the turquoise. Oh wow, look at that. And again, super pigmented. To understand what they were saying about a little bit goes a long way. It really does. Right, let's put a bit more water in there. There we go. Look at that. How gorgeous is that colour? I've never used paints that are like this. This is intriguing. I'm pleasantly surprised. This palette though, it's a little bit on the wonk. That's why they're kind of running down like that. I'm going to put some over here. We'll do a little bit of mixing in a second as well. Right, and I'm literally just putting a few grains of this in. There's hardly anything in there. There's comparatively, there is a ton in those bottles, considering what just a few grains have done to this. I'm just going to go straight ahead and put a lot of water in here now. And this one is Grey Violet. There we go. Now it's all mixing in together. It's a little bit bubbly. Let's just. There we go. Okay. We'll see how these colours match up to the swatches in the ScrawlrZine. Should we have a little look? So ScrawlrZine, we've got. There we go. The turquoise, this one, and this one. So even though it's yellow, it's kind of gone this purpley, greeny colour. Honestly, they are so weird. They are so bizarre. Let's try doing a little bit of swatching. So I'm gonna wet the brush first. There we go, nice and saturated. Let's go with the purple. Remember, I have watered these down a lot, but I'm going to load a lot of pigment on there just so that you can see. That's a really nice colour. We're going to try some other experiments with these as well in just a second. Let's try the turquoise. Ooh, that is a very pretty colour. Look at that. Again, like I said, Disney villain vibes. I will say one thing that always kind of stumps me with these brushes is that the bristles do stain. There's not really anything you can do about that. They're going to stain, and then we've got this final one. Huh, look at that. This is the Grey Violet. It is definitely grey, and there is definitely some violet in there. I feel like that's kind of the what you would use to draw or sketch out whatever you're using. Right, so a couple of things I want to try. So first of all, I want to try just putting down some water. There we go. So I'm going to put some water down, spread it out a bit, and then sprinkle some of these on top. So I'm going to go with the purple and the turquoise, I think. And they just explode with colour. Look at that, and you can see the separation of the different colours in there. So you've got the pink and the blue in there that create that purple colour. Very nice. And then if we do, oh, there you go. That's quite a lot of them that have gone down. Interesting, it goes on to the wet paint as well. You know what, I'm going to zoom in so you can see this nice and clearly. Look at that beautiful marble effect. In fact, you know what, I want to put some of this grey in as well. Just a tiny bit. Oh, I can see the yellow blooms in there and some purple. Wow. So the prompt for this month, I forgot to say, is on the end of the Scrawlr is loose leaf, which I think with my current tea reviews is quite fitting. There we go, loose leaf. Wow, this is insane. This is so pretty. The other thing I'm going to try, I've already got some on here, but I want to sprinkle a little bit of this down first. So get a few like this, and then giving it a spritz with the spritzer. Hopefully it doesn't fly off everywhere. Ooh. Oh wow, look at that. I think there are definitely some interesting effects I could do with this. I've definitely put way too much water up here. In fact, let's spread it out a little bit more. There you go, just so it's got some hope of drying, but you can look at that. I can pour those dots around. I think this definitely warrants some more experimentation and investigation, because I think there's a lot of potential here. These are very interesting in different ways that you can utilize them. The paper is already buckling, which is why that's spreading over to the edge like that. So yeah, paper might not be the greatest, but everything else really, really nice. I've got an idea for loose leaf, but I might go and chat to my Patreons about that, see if they've got any ideas as well. If you'd like to join the Patreon, then there is a link down below. Don't forget to check out the last video as well if you want to be in with a chance of winning a past ScrawlrBox. But for now, I think we're going to leave this here. Lots to think about. As always, I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and until next time, goodbye.